Welcome to City on a Hill Gaming, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons actual play podcast. Let's meet our players.
Hi, I'm Grant, and I'm playing Trather Wimlin, a human fighter.
Hi, I'm Jenny, and I'm going to be playing John Abermere, a Crimson-born human.
Peter, Bertrand Greystone, Dwarven Forge Cleric.
William R. Aarakocro Magi.
Daniel, I am playing Vatten. I am a half-elf ranger.
Hi, my name is Ben, and I am Twig, or Shem. I am a rogue bard and a Goliath.
We hope you enjoy our episode. Anyone who's looking towards the cart sees a dwarf gentleman very sheepishly try and hide something.
What you got over there?
First, Vatten 100% sees that. Second, I will nudge John and just say, do you know detect magic? Because that seems like the easiest way to track a magical object is to know that an object's magical. Like, that's the easiest thing to track is an object that's magical, right? Right? Somebody?
That's a joke. I don't actually know if John has detect magic or not.
Bertrand probably does.
That was
on the cleric list, so.
A cleric probably.
I do have detect magic.
Okay. So yes, you do
also,
see...
I can just like... Hang on. Thinking thoughts. I can casually just like look around and I can just try a sleight of hand to just like pull up whatever he was hiding.
Let's lead with maybe the detect magic first. I mean, you guys certainly know he has something.
I mean,
you've seen
sure,
him move the thing.
We could do that, but
how long does a ritual cast take?
I think an hour usually.
Oh gosh, yeah. Let's just use a spell slot for that. I'm gonna do detect magic.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, you do.
There's a very magical thing.
Yeah, there is. You do note this is not. It does seem to radiate from roughly where a dwarf friend is. Okay. This, to your knowledge, is not an aura you've seen before.
Okay.
That's interesting.
It sure is magic, but it sure is not some kind you're familiar with.
John, would you like to relay this information?
Yeah, he's gonna do it really quietly though.
Okay, good.
I mean, he hasn't noticed necessarily that you've noticed.
Mm-hmm.
He knows that you know that he knows that yada yada yada.
Sure.
Etc. 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 He appears to try and be very nonchalantly hiding something. Very chalantly. Is that a word?
All right.
I don't actually know.
Yes, with great chalant.
Yes. Much chalant mini wows. He
Good
sure
one.
does have a thing.
All right, so Vatten is once again just going to generally look around the cart very casually, and then I would be fine with rolling a sleight of hand just to pull out this trinket from whatever he's chalantly holding.
Can John help by like trying to talk to the group about the golem and stuff like that?
Oh yes, please direct their attention properly.
Yes, that yeah. So yeah, John, if you want to have a talk on golems, welcome to John's TED Talk.
Welcome to my TED Talk
on golems.
These are
the
some magical runes.
Golems date to early Judaism. In the Talmud, Adam was created as a golem, etc., etc.
All right, that was a 14 sleight of hand.
You hold a thing now.
And I'm going to hold this. All right. What does it look like? Before I announce what I've done.
So what you have is a really, really, and I mean like, Vatten's seen some old things, some old cities, some, old structures, like hundreds of years old.
Yeah, and former bandit would have an idea of valuable things when I see them.
Sure, valuable things of, this sure does look like nothing you've ever seen before. It is some kind of amulet / wearable pendant necklace thing. Probably. It is made of stone. It glows orange like the runes on the golem do. And when I say old, I mean like real old. Like
5-digit age number?
4. Certainly.
4-digit age number. That's pretty old as far as old goes and history goes in
Even
general.
elves will agree that that's old.
Certainly for a something that was clearly made.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
I'm
got-
just holding it and looking at it because I just sleight of handed it.
I've got identify as a domain spell.
Okay.
So if you let me, I can probably figure out what this thing is.
Well, that's all right. I'll just hang on to it for now, and then I'll just turn around and casually hold it out and say, "You mean this?" And show it
he
to
looks
everybody.
very confused because he was definitely hiding that a second ago.
Oh, I'm sure he was.
That's mine.
Listen, I have a lot of skills, and I try to use them for good. But what is this? Because
He's not kidding.
It's a family heirloom.
This absolutely is what they're looking for.
That's nonsense. It's a dwarven relic.
It sure is.
You are.
While they're arguing, I'm casting Identify on this thing.
Good. I'm going to hold it very still for the. What does it take? Like 10 minutes to cast Identify?
1 minute.
Oh, not as a ritual. 1 minute.
1 minute. Oh, that's fine. I can talk for a whole minute. That's great. We can just assume that I talk for a whole minute. We don't have to actually do that to everybody.
Peter.
Yeah.
What Bertrand sees is a very ancient handcrafted amulet made of a very unusual stone that as a dwarf you should definitely know what is but have no clue.
And just in the meanwhile, I'm also going to keep an ear out for any whistling sounds of some quickly falling objects.
Right.
Trather's largely watching the skies at this point.
Probably staring directly at the sun. I see something bright.
There it is. It is certainly
I
magic-y.
don't know what that's made out of, and I'm a dwarf. You have any idea how hard it is to stump us with stone?
Aye.
I mean, often we take your stone cunning skills for granted.
Hey, there it was. I think that's our first pun tonight. That's good.
Hard, I got it.
There it was. All right. I've been in my
All
family
right.
for.
I know. We were slated for that one.
Ah, there it was. It's been in my family for generations. No one knows
I'll
what
say
it is.
generations to a dwarf, and that's saying something.
Maybe be out of your family for generations because that's probably what's bringing the golems here.
I'm not saying that we get rid of it, but I'm saying we should know what it is and know how they're tracking it.
Yeah,
at the
also,
very least.
What changed? Because if this thing has been in your family for generations, and I believe you because this thing is old, what has changed where all of a sudden things are literally dropping out of the sky looking for it now? What's different? Something has to have happened.
It's not the first time.
All right, why don't you fill me in?
When was the last time?
117 years ago.
Go ahead and roll insight on this guy right now,
Yeah, go for
just in case.
107 years ago?
I made that. 107 years ago.
I wish I was a wizard so I could have some excuse to have a history roll right now, but I
Peter,
have
you're
none.
pretty certain he wasn't alive then.
Okay.
So 22 insight.
Young,
you do believe him.
Wait, are D rolls consistent? Like, that's a young dwarf then?
Fairly.
Okay.
It's a fairly young dwarf.
I'm guessing Bertrand's probably about, I don't know, 215 or so.
This is a young man, like a very young man. In
So,
dwarf terms.
I will at least
looking at a dwarven teenager. Gotcha.
Close.
I will at least look at Vatten and just go, that ring any bells?
I mean, it's dwarven history. I'm a dwarf.
That's a 16 for history. That's not unreasonable.
I mean, there are a lot of dwarven tribes that have been in this area. You do believe him. You do believe he is telling you the truth. It is a family heirloom. Something sure did happen a long time ago. He's fairly certain of it, even if he wasn't alive then.
Okay, so help me connect the dots here, my friend. What is going on?
Belonged to my grandmother. The amulet did. She left it for me.
Okay.
I don't know where she got it.
And we want to help you, and we won't. We're not trying to take it from you. We're just trying to help. So, what can you tell us that can help this?
Yeah, because like we can probably fight off a couple of those things coming out of the sky, like we did with that one over there.
And
Pointing
if I know what I'm looking for, I can at least put a couple arrows in them in the air.
They came.
But
They came
if
in.
they're keep coming, we need to do something about that.
I'm gonna need more arrows.
Best I can tell, she never told me this. I read it in the book she left. She found it when she was a child. 300-400 years before I was born.
All right.
On one of those.
On the golem.
One of them, yes. Fell from the sky. It not like that one. Fell. She kept it. She's had it for literal centuries.
So the reason why I don't recognize this rock is it's probably not from this world then.
You're correct.
A sky rock.
Out of character. What if we just throw it real hard? Just throw
I
a
could
rock
just
at the
put it
sky.
back.
I just tie it to an arrow and shoot straight up.
Get the world fastball champion and just like cast all the enhance abilities on him at once.
Do the peasant rail gun.
That's exactly what I was thinking of, actually.
The Jumplomancer makes his return.
Shot put. Just... There we go.
Like a nice cliff going up, or you got your nice incline and just peasant rail gun it right up off the. So it's actually tangential to the rotation of the planet.
So you sure do have a thing, and you sure do have some new friends. And by new friends, I'm not talking about the ones on the ground here with you. You see several things making entry.
So I hear that whistling
Oh
noise.
boy!
We have to give it
And
back.
much like he said at one point, where the one crashed, this isn't a crash. So that is what a group of them is called now, in my head.
Oh, a group of them is now called a crash, like rhinoceros?
It's a crash of golems.
Alright.
Whip.
We have to give it back to them.
Ooh. I mean...
Who's holding it right now?
Well, that would be me. That's still me. No, it's me. That's definitely me holding that.
Alright, what if you just threw it in the middle of them? Like right there.
I
And they haven't hit the ground yet.
said we weren't trying to take it from Sir Dwarf.
Well, I think we should. Because they want it. It's theirs. It came from them.
Did we actually read what those runes said, or did we just
not?
Because the runes could say, "Capture the stone, kill everyone."
Smash everything smashable, leave the planet a lifeless husk.
Yes,
yeah.
break, smashy, smashy, take stone, smash, break.
Smash. They gruel smash. They aren't in a language you understand. For what it's worth, I wouldn't play this in gruel. There's not enough ramp to justify 7 drops. Moving on.
Listen, there definitely is, though.
That's never mind. I'm gonna stop.
Like, does the rock look like it would be part of like a shoulder or an arm of one of the golems?
Maybe.
Like a hip joint.
Like it sure could fit into a socket of some kind, maybe.
The knee stone's connected to the leg stone.
Right.
Leg stone's connected to the hip stone. Okay.
Right.
Sorry.
That sure would be a thing. Initiative.
Okay.
I'm going to let you move all of the travelers out of the way. So that they're not in, path of imminent danger.
It's reasonable that we could have heard the whistle and I would have directed them to move out of the way first.
Bertrand falls.
I rolled a 0 on initiative, listeners.
Yeah, okay. So that sure was a time that happened.
Peter was just like looking at the stone, just going, "Ooh, pretty rock."
This is like, I can't believe I've never seen this before. This is from another world. This is oh dear.
Oh dear.
Rocks in space.
Okay. John. You sure do have...
really? I did roll a 20, didn't I?
You did roll a 20. You sure do have 4 new golem friends.
Listen, they're going to make some bold moves. You just need to be bolder.
There it was. I knew that was going somewhere.
Let's
Oh my
do
God, that rocks.
Hey.
chromatic orb,
Drop the gravel.
which is hang on.
That's all right.
Range
Just give
spell
us the
attack.
Clips notes.
Range spell
2 out
attack.
of 10.
Chromatic orb.
Whoa.
That's fair.
Wait, was that to hit or was that damage?
That's to hit.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I didn't specify which one. This one.
Yes.
Okay.
Glowy thing.
What? Hang on. Hold up.
So for our listeners,
Hold up. Oh yeah, it is 3d8.
a number 16 just popped up, and below it the text that just says whatever I want.
It's whatever kind of damage I want.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I do what I
whatever.
want because it's chromatic orb.
Okay.
I
So-
do.
Not
Can
fire.
I do cold?
That's fine.
I want to do cold
That's
damage.
fair.
It seems to hit harder than you expected it to.
Oh,
Daniel.
I'm gonna shoot that one. So
Okay.
the one probably closest to me.
Okay. The one to the left.
Yes. I'm gonna shoot old lefty. All right, this is a +1 longbow. I remember that. All right, so I'm gonna roll some dice. Okay, so that's I rolled an 11 for my first shot, which I'm going to assume misses,
That is correct, sir.
and my second shot's a 10.
Also, no.
Okay, well, miss
Golem
against the
time.
rock golem.
Trather.
Yep. The guy just move up on me?
Yeah, he did.
All right. Well, I'll take a attack of opportunity on him then.
Oh, you have extended range now. That's right.
Well, I mean, I don't really need to use that, but
Well, how are you taking it otherwise?
the sentinel feat.
Oh, right, that thing. I forgot about that. Yes, go ahead. Tally ho.
Yep. So, nope, that's not gonna hit.
No. No, sir. Does a... Yeah, 11 doesn't hit you at all.
No, not really. No,
Okay. Do you get more than one attack of opportunity a turn?
I do not. That was my reaction.
Okay. How do we feel about... How do we feel about another 11?
I mean, I'm a little disappointed in your lack of creativity.
Okay, fair. That's reasonable. That's hurtful but accurate.
Creative dice.
oh my god.
Of all the prime numbers, I am fond of 11, but
Okay,
you know,
wait,
we
hold
got
on,
to
let me-
vary it up a little.
19 for me if I can, but you know.
Let me change dice.
I like 17, but it's
Okay, wait, new dice. Who dis? How's a 23 do?
That does barely hit.
That's
what is Trevor?
disconcerting. All right.
What?
The last golem runs up and slams into you. You take 9.
Alrighty.
Grant, seriously, this is for spellcasting later. What is Trevor's AC?
20.
Okay.
We're
Oh
fine.
my gosh.
We're frosty. Everybody's okay. Hey, look, it's Strather's turn. You made friends.
I sure did.
Lots of them.
Boy, I really wish I'd taken any of those, maneuvers that let me hit multiple things. That would have been intelligent of me.
Meh. Unnecessary.
I'm going to go ahead and try and attack. Let's see. Is one of these hurt?
Yes. This bottom right one.
Cool. I'm gonna smack that one.
Done looks a lot
I'm
worse.
gonna hit
for
him real
wear.
hard, or at
You
least
hit
very
him
accurately.
real hard. Roll that damage.
All right. Here we go. So it's only 4 damage, sadly.
That is unfortunate. Okay.
But
Clang.
Unfortunate.
yep.
Oh, there it is. It
Yep.
took me a
Wow,
second.
I'm marbling at your wit.
And I'm going to also use the distracting strike
Okay.
on him for another 4 damage, and the next attack roll by someone other than me against it has advantage.
Okay. So I like it. I like it a lot. How do you put the little thing? There we go. So the one with the little red dot, you have advantage on next time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really handy.
Isn't it?
I didn't know you could do that.
Okay, we're good. Because I noticed Grant had done it for Trather.
My other game.
Yeah, I don't remember why I did that. Oh well.
Peter.
Okay,
That'll
so
be Bertrand's turn.
first order of business, bonus action, cast Shield of Faith on Trather.
Okay.
So your AC is now 22.
Unfort.
And then second order of business is to huck my hand axe at the one that I would get advantage throwing it at. And since it is a thrown weapon, I can use my strength instead of my abysmal dex.
Okay.
So let's see how this goes. Doesn't help any. Alas, fair hand axe, I knew thee well with the roll of 9. It just goes careening off. But hey, at least Trather's harder to hit now.
There is that.
He swarmed, that's probably good. I will also move up here to give things something else to split their attacks up among, because I've got pretty decent AC myself. So,
Ginny, John's turn.
I want to do something stupid.
Bring it.
I'm always down. Do stupid things.
Shock and grasp.
Okay.
This is probably gonna hurt.
I mean, hopefully.
No, hurt me.
Oh, well, yeah, that would be a downer.
I miss though. I miss. So.
Yes, you do.
That's an 11.
Daniel.
Yep.
Do the Vatten things.
Okay, so.
Oh, can John, as a bonus action, yell, "Just give them the rock"?
Accepted.
Okay.
Oh, Vatten has to make a choice now, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear. All right. Well, moral quandary time. All right. Well, I'm gonna take John's advice, and as a free action, can I just like loop this rock amulet around an arrow?
Okay.
Sweet. I'm gonna shoot that golem that I have advantage against with the arrow with the amulet on it.
Okay.
I think the advantage only
for the next person that hits him.
Yeah. Oh, next person that hits.
Oh wait.
Oh no, wait. Next attack roll against the target by an attack earlier than you has advantage.
Yeah, unfortunately, I screwed that up.
Yeah.
Oh, already used it up.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
I mean, that's the one you have the clearest shot at anyway.
I mean, yes, but also my bow has a range of 150 feet.
Oh.
So I can just, unless you want to do some parabolic equations, we can just assume that I shoot it 150 feet away and see what happens.
So you're going as far as possible.
Yeah, I'm just aiming like 45-degree angle, shoot, with the amulet on it.
Okay, so like
way far,
slightly off the map.
Yes.
Okay.
Just to see what happens. Like I can keep an eye and kind of like track where the arrow goes. Because that would be the sort of thing I'm used to doing. So if it doesn't work, I at least know where the amulet is.
Okay, so you rear back and full send it, and it launches max distance. And I assume that's the end of your turn.
Yep.
The golems, side of like, they all look like they're about to hit Trather or Bertrand or John. And then when they see it, like, there's almost something where like they just pause for a second, and they all turn and look at it. And they all attempt to retreat. Not retreat. They all attempt to fall back and withdraw towards it.
I can only trip up one of them, guys.
And I can't even do that.
I'm just gonna look at the dwarf that we took that from and just say, "I'm sorry. We'll get you a new stone, a shinier stone.
We promise.
It's not worth getting killed over."
Okay, so do you do anything as they attempt to withdraw? I guess is my first question.
Is that directed at everybody?
Yes.
I do nothing.
Yeah, unless they look like they're trying to go after like the civilians or something, I'll just let them move back.
I used my action.
Okay. Trather, do you do anything?
The one that's hurt, I'm going to stop.
Okay.
And take another attack of opportunity on.
Okay, go for it.
5 damage.
Okay. He seems hampered, but he keeps moving.
But he doesn't because
yeah. You stopped him. Yes.
So, but the other ones do actually keep moving away. They don't like turn around, just like you hit George, and then, or sorry, Chip.
Ha something Skylark. Another oddly specific reference. All right.
Wow.
Yep.
Chip Skylark.
There you go.
My shiny teeth and me, shiny teeth, shiny teeth.
God.
I appreciate that you actually knew one of his songs because I didn't. Very
right over my head. Anyway,
boy, you rifled through an old file in my brain and pulled out a dusty manila folder.
Yeah, it did. Okay, so the one stays with you. And the other 3 fall back and take defensive positions around the amulet. And as they do, you see 2 more things making entry. These are bigger than these 4.
Making entry where?
Towards the amulet.
Okay, good.
These not medium size.
Oh dear.
So first, the big one lands, and when it hits, there's like a wave of heat and fire that kind of rolls forward when it hits the ground. It doesn't get to you, but... And then a slightly smaller, but still slightly bigger than them makes entry. John, you notice in its left shoulder, there sure does look like a hole where that might fit. And it makes entry and stops. And the other 3 back up behind it. And the big one steps forward in front of the amulet. And the little ones, little-ish, I guess. Actually, and then you see several more. I won't put them on the map because they're actually smaller than medium size. And Roll20's got square spacing stuff. 3 or 4 of them land, pick up the amulet, and begin to climb the second largest one.
Oh, little peblets.
Something like that, yes. Baby meteorites. And they reinsert it into the golem's shoulder. And the entire left arm of that golem begins to glow orange.
Oh, please be good, please be good, please be good.
The biggest one looks around at the lot of you, and it begins to move towards you. Not necessarily aggressively, but sure does come forward.
Father will once again step in front and say, all right.
Oh, easy there, Balboa.
Rocky reference? Okay.
Yeah, Rocky Balboa.
Yeah,
that's
okay.
This is a Balboa?
Rocky, right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad somebody knows what this is.
Hey,
let's go with that.
That's not canonical. In the slightest.
No, that just happened.
Sure?
Yes, they do have a name.
Well, their new name is now Balboa.
100%.
He steps forward and he mumbles, like it's a really rough, gravelly, sort of sounds like words. That was unintentional. I apologize. Sorry. Bertrand,
No
that
apology,
loosely sounds like ancient dwarf. Loosely.
Okay.
So loose, gravelly.
There you go. Very good, Daniel. I like that. That's nice. When he realizes none of you really seem to be reacting to what he's saying,
I mean, Bertrand is giving him that I'm trying to understand you look, but...
Thank you.
Of course, anytime.
Guiding.
John's gonna go over to the, like, is this golem here, the small one that Trather tripped up? Is that one, like...
He's
Still
not
down?
down.
Okay.
He is significantly less hit pointsy right now.
I mean, I can just cast
Prestidigitate.
Cure Wounds on him.
Can I
I don't.
prestidigitate
Yeah, I
back?
don't know if that works on golems. But
I'm
sure.
okay with it. Sure, go for it.
Okay.
Jenny.
Cure wounds or
Prestidigitate him to make him a little shinier.
Okay.
repair.
Yeah. He kind of starts to like roll his arms around and like stretch a little bit. The big one looks at you. We cannot orbit without the guiding stone. There was an accident some time ago. The leading golem fell to your planet. Crashed. And the stone was gone. It allows us to... He makes this, like, circular motion with his finger. Like, around a theoretical sphere. I do not know the word.
And neither does Vatten.
Accurate, fair.
Bertrand
Unless,
looks back at Our, who's probably got his nose in a book at this point.
and ours just like, I'll fill you in later.
I have
Whatever
seen these
the
before.
wizard version of Sir Isaac Watts is, he's just like buried his beak in like a calculus textbook.
I envision him kind of like Milo from Atlantis.
It's
Oh,
like,
Yeah.
it's just like, hang on, I'm
It's in
looking
here
up
somewhere.
Arcana Mathematica. We'll talk about it later.
I believe the word you use is orbit. The stone allows us to maintain our place in the stars.
Wow.
So we thank you.
I just imagine like Mealy's writing so fast. There's like a little smoke trail coming.
Oh
up.
yeah, no, 100%.
Oh yeah.
She's finally had to change notebooks, but she had more than one.
Why does it go ding when she reaches the end of a line?
I like the idea that like Mealy's got like a bandolier of notebooks and then just like these huge like cargo pockets on her thighs, and she gets to the end of a journal and just drops it into the pocket like a spent magazine and just grabs another one off and flips it open. And starts
She is the
scribbling away.
Chewbacca of squires. Thank you. I was hoping someone would do that.
I've never seen anyone chamber a journal before. That's very
Yeah,
impressive.
it's very disconcerting. Never seen somebody cock a book like that. It's just
Well, I mean, a magazine, sure.
Hey, to our listeners, I'm sorry.
I am not.
that one wasn't even a softball. That was like I set it onto the tee and then just stood back.
It's like when you're 5 and they put the baseball on the giant rubber thing and just wait.
Neck limbers up a little bit. Smack.
Daniel's standing in the on-deck circle, like swinging 3 bats at the same time with weights on them.
Listen, you tee him up, I'll knock him down.
Boom shakalaka. That was a reference to a different sports game, but never mind.
Boom shakalaka.
I like how that sounds actually right there.
I am spam.
That part I didn't get, but that's okay.
That's Muppet Treasure Island.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just moving swiftly along.
Thank you. He walks over, picks up the injured golem-ite, and as a group, the one that has the amulet in his shoulder. Peter, if that's not the name of an anime somewhere, I'm disappointed.
It's the book that R is reading at the moment.
Arcanea Mathematica Cosmologica. I butchered that, but that's fine. All right.
What was it that Newton wrote? It was did I say Isaac Watts earlier?
Yes, you
Because
did.
I meant Isaac Newton. He was not writing hymnals. I apologize. I got my Isaacs mixed up. Not my fault.
Yeah, I got my mixed up on the last Saving the Game episode, so whatever.
It's fine. There's a lot of
I was gonna
Isaacs.
say there's a lot of like
Ew.
heavily noted ones. That's fair. Okay, so they kind of get into a little group, and the one with the rune with the amulet in his shoulder forces himself up off the ground, and there's like this blast, and he launches into the sky, and the others just kind of like shove their arms forward, and it's almost like they're being pulled by the first one, and they attempt to make re-entry.
Or
Unre-entry?
They attempt to exit orbit.
That's the one I wanted. Thank you. That works much better than what I said. That was total nonsense. Perfect. Okay, yes, they attempt to leave. And it takes them a little while, but eventually they disappear. Just loosely up. Ish.
Gonna look at the dwarf that was trying to hide the thing, and it's like, I'm sorry about your stone, but you have to admit this is not a bad outcome.
I think my
When your
grandmother
family
knew.
heirloom starts destroying villages,
I mean, hey,
it's maybe time for it not to be a family heirloom anymore.
maybe we should just stick to rocks from the ground.
I
I've
don't think
always
she
liked
ever. I don't think she ever really knew what to do with it. She just didn't want to leave it anywhere.
Well, now it's back where it's supposed to be.
Aye. The Jinjai steps forward. Thank you. First of all, we do require one more thing, if you will. Our village is unrepairable.
Oh, I'm not so sure about that.
Actually,
Like,
bring it.
Bertrand
Like-
cracks his knuckles, cracks his neck, cracks his nose,
Cracks
Cracks
his
my
face
ear.
against something.
cracks his
Cracks
beard.
somehow. Like,
Oh. The other dwarfs smile. Peter, make me a history check with advantage.
Alrighty. Come on, dice. 18.
18. Okay, you know, maybe a day from here or so, there is an old, and I mean old, not like amulet old, but still old, dwarven ruin called Dwymruk. It's
Alright.
not in good shape, but boy, is that architecture still standing because it's dwarven. It's also not being used right now.
How do you all feel about resettling Drimwick?
The dwarf you took the stone from is where my grandmother was from. Seemed
Well, there's
only
kind of
appropriate.
Symmetry to this, then, yes.
I have not been there since I was a lad. More of a lad, I suppose. Yeah, go ahead.
A wee lad as opposed to
So-
a not wee lad.
Aye.
Because he's still pretty wee. Sorry, went Scottish there. That's not my job. That's your job.
Ooh, shiny.
Oh, I. So, what would Bertrand happen to know about? Or is there a D&D equivalent of impact diamonds, where some sort of thing hits the earth and deposits of graphite turn into diamonds because a giant meteor just hit the earth?
Okay.
Because
interesting.
It seems like there's a lot of those right now. And if they need money, that seems like a good way to get
Holes where
diamonds out of
something
the
hit the
earth.
ground heavy, yes. You do have a
That
surplus of those.
feels like maybe a nature roll.
I can live.
I mean, if he doesn't, maybe a bunch of the other dwarves might know about it.
Is
it just-
dungeoneering lumped in with nature now?
Okay, so here's
Dungeoneering's not really a thing.
Dude,
Yeah.
Thing
Do
in fifth
dwarves
edition?
still have
No,
some kind of?
like this is something involving natural phenomena acting upon each other. So that seems like that would be
It's
nature or
geology.
yeah. And there's no geology skill or maybe arcana.
I also
I
have
can live
nature.
with nature.
I also have nature. I might have heard about it because jewels are still
Can I
important.
make an argument for rolling at advantage because dwarf?
Sure. Stone cutting.
All right.
Rock thing.
Yeah, I got 9.
18.
Ooh, another 18.
You think there's certainly, if you acted quickly, because this is the kind of thing that is very fragile, in theory. You might have something here, maybe not necessarily of a diamond case, but of something that's valuable.
If there's a D&D equivalent of a diamond, sure. Or if there's
Or
actual
like-
diamonds in D&D, I'm not familiar.
There would be, but I mean more of like an impact zone, like crystallization.
Sure. Well, whatever
So, like,
you come up with,
when
I'm sure.
lava meets water, and it sort of
Oh, that's how you make obsidian.
Right.
Well, if it's still lava, if it's flowing lava, then you get cobblestone.
right. Very good. Very good. Thank you for that. That kind of effect, where when the two meet, something does happen. There sure is something here that might have some value to someone who likes expensive-looking things.
Or shiny glass type things.
Also that. You also know Dwimrick is
I mean,
not far from
just
here.
a quick suggestion. This might be a good source of very small amounts of that transparent metal called Shane that Bertrand uses to protect the stained glass in his shield.
I kind of like that, because Shane doesn't have an origin.
So maybe it's
It
from
can.
meteor effects.
Noted. So yes, this is where Shane comes from.
All right, so
And there
Bertrand
sure is a
will
harvestable
point that
amount of
out.
it here.
like, if you pull that out of the ground, it'll probably help cover the reparation and resettling costs.
Bertrand, you're drooling a little.
Oh, sorry. Bertrand wipes his chin.
Shiny. Okay. So yes, you guys
I've
make with
worked with
the
it before. I don't need this.
you guys make with the harvesting.
It's
And
a
you
little
get
bit
probably 15 pounds of Shane.
Ooh.
That's a lot.
It's a pretty sizable chunk. Okay, so Daniel, make me that sweet survival roll to lead the group onward to the ruins.
Are we in a desert?
You are, sir.
I get advantage.
Roll that advantage.
I have to actually find my survival. All right, there. 18.
Okay. It will take you a day or two because you guys need to camp. But you find a good spot to camp, and you certainly could head that direction, and it would be probably pretty good.
DM, I let this happen.
Bueno. So you guys enter a very rundown old dwarven ruin. Bertrand almost just look at all the stuff to fix.
Yeah. Yeah, Bertrand has like a little happy tear and starts wandering off, and I'm guessing somebody grabs him by the collar and is like, no,
I
we'll
can fix
never
that first,
see you
or I can
again.
fix that first, or I can fix that. Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, admittedly, it has a better foundational start than that Deep Elf city, which, when it was built up worse.
Then this, where this start, yes.
Dwarven architecture, so
Just like Bertrand's making grabby hands at old ruins.
yeah. Must fix.
It's like the little kid clappy thing where it's like very open hand and
Yeah.
yes. Okay, so I tell you what. So I mean, obviously Bertrand has unlimited mendings, but
They are unlimited, and yet he will use them all.
Yes, he will. I want each of you to pick a skill to do something to help rebuild or help the group, or do something along those lines, and then roll that skill with advantage. And it's up to each of you what you do.
I'm
Or
thinking.
I think you're going to say do something magic-y. Do something magic-y.
No, I'm thinking actually Mason's tools here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a great one for you. I'm gonna do survival, and I did not do good at survival.
Oh,
There's not a lot of things to scavenge around here for natural resources. So good luck, everybody else. Sorry.
You do find a small number of regrowable plants, Vatten.
I found a green thing.
Green thing. Peter, go ahead.
The 26.
That's a natural 20.
That's a natural 20 on your Mason's tools.
His enthusiasm is clearly worth something.
Casually builds a community center.
Yeah, it's no big thing, just as a little side deal.
Yeah.
What's in that cheat code to Warcraft 2 that lets you build buildings instantly?
Trather, what do you want to use the persuasion for?
Trather just sort of ends up leading a crew of people
helping and just sort of organizing things as much as actually physically contributing.
Okay, sort of like a foreman.
Essentially, yeah.
Keep them focused, keep them moving. You
Yeah,
do
sort of-
notice as you get to going with this, you Trather has a very commanding leader like presence.
She seems that
About
its
him.
personality would make it very amicable foreman.
You notice Melee has stopped taking notes and is just kind of watching you now.
First thing I'll do is make sure to requisition some extra paper for her.
She's
Presumably, she has run out.
She is close to the end of the second notebook. And she does only carry 7, and this was 7. Ginny, what is the survival for?
I was thinking of setting up, and this one I don't know. I rolled survival. It could have also been medicine. Either way, I was
Okay.
thinking of sort of like, I mean, I have the same bonus for either. It doesn't super duper matter. But I was thinking sort of like setting up a place for anybody who might be dealing with some sort of injuries to get care. Not necessarily like doing the medicine himself, but
Okay.
definitely setting up that kind of area.
Okay.
And if Bertrand is busy repairing things, I do have a few healing spells, so you can tag me out for that I don't have to make rolls for, and I can...
Fair enough.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
can-
if somebody is severely injured, Bertrand will take time out of his fixing of things to help them without any complaint. But
Yeah, but I have, like, cure light wounds, and Mealy can watch or help treat, because I know she wants to be a cleric, so we can definitely support John in this endeavor. Since I wasn't
yeah,
very successful at finding plants, I'll probably find some other way I can be helpful.
Okay. Good. So you guys are there for about a day and a half, and one of the Jinjai comes up to Trather. And she does so sort of at a moment when like everyone else is kind of off working. You seek the hawk, yes?
Yes, we absolutely do. I assume you heard from Bertram?
I have people who tell me things.
Ah, that's not at all suspiciously vague. I appreciate your honesty.
I try.
With anybody else, that's like a backhanded compliment, but with Trather, it is entirely earnest.
Yep. That's Trather. Yep, that was Trather dialogue right there.
I believe we know the same lady with a mace, as it were.
You'll have to be somewhat more specific. I've known a large number of women with maces. In fact, there's one over there right now. She's learning how to use it.
Hi!
Daniel's on the list of people not allowed to do Melee's voice from now on.
That's quite a little Mickey Mouse there.
Yeah,
Oh
it
my
did. I believe you know Bethely.
We've met.
I have worked with her in the past. If
Ah.
you need passage into the city, go back to Grevin. Look for an orc named Barrack. He will take you.
One moment. Melee, I'm going to need you to take some notes.
She walks over and turns the page towards you. She's already written it down.
Oh, thank you.
And she points at it. Is this it? Okay, good. That's how it's excellent. Yes. We'll find him. No problem. Good. He will lead you up the mountainside.
Oh,
He traverses it
marvelous.
regularly.
Excellent. Well, I appreciate you letting us know. It's very helpful.
We appreciate your help here.
Oh, yes, it's a matter of just, doing what we do. Doing what anyone would do, I assume.
So it seems. You seem to do it more than anyone else. And it is appreciated. Okay, so you guys spend another day or two kind of helping them round out the thing. Boy, sure you did turn this into a village real fast, but Bertrand things.
Well, yeah.
Dwarf things.
You have never seen Bertrand so happy. Like, Some of you have known him for a long time. You didn't know that dwarves could get this happy.
Or that they had the elven ability to not sleep.
Yeah.
But yeah, at one point I have to like help him actually sleep, or he's not going to get his spells back.
Yeah, Bertrand is like singing like hymns and like pounding away on stuff and like.
So this
he has
goes
a
on
terrible singing voice too. It's not a great thing. Like
it's a regionally specific one.
Yeah.
It's like
All right.
Mongolian throat singing.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
I
it's
actually
one of those
find
things
oddly
where it's-
enjoyable.
Here's the thing, like Bertrand is no bard, you know, he's not like a trained singer, but the obvious joy probably makes up for the lack of skill a little bit.
That is definitely a thing. He's no Ed
All right.
Sheeran.
No elvish Ed Sheeran.
Elvish Ed Sheeran.
So while that's happening, I would like to at least maybe coordinate with a few of the other dwarves while we're here and I have some free time to see if there's a way they can help point me out to, or I can look for at least some token of a replacement stone, because I still feel really bad that I took the guy's rock and was like,
Sure.
we won't take this from you, and then, you know, launches it away from him. So maybe they can help point me towards where there's like an ore or something that I can give him some kind of token of a replacement as an apology.
Yeah, you do. It takes some looking, but you do find something. I mean, it is a dwarven village.
Yeah,
There is likely to be some kind of stone of use or value in the area. Absolutely.
Also, Bertrand probably won't volunteer this because he's so focused on repairing what's already here. But if you ask him to make something, he'll be happy to.
Yeah, I wouldn't ask him to make something, but if I find a stone, I can ask you or someone who's perhaps a gem cutter to just turn it into a little amulet.
So you guys do this for a couple of days, and eventually they thank you. And I think we're going to stop here, actually. Yeah, we will pick up here next time. Hopefully with 6 party members. We'll see if Ben's computer will behave itself next time. Peter.
Yeah.
Or Grant or Jenny. Any of you tell me all of the saving the game things.
Patreon.com/savingthegame.
That is definitely an
Let's get that one out of the way right now.
That's a saving the game thing.
Yeah. We're at stgcast.org. We are a every other week podcast and an every other week blog, and it just alternates between the two of them on Tuesdays. So there will always be something new there on Tuesdays. This is the only actual play that we really do. The Saving the Game podcast is more of an applied theology and gaming analysis podcast. So it complements this very well, but it's definitely not the same thing.
And we tend sometimes towards the literature analysis side. We're generally like gaming analysis and that kind of thing, but it's more along the lines of collaborative storytelling, whatever format that may take.
Yeah, we do get into the psychology and stuff a little bit too. We've had people who use gaming as a therapeutic tool on before. We have gone back into like church history and biblical figures and pulled episodes out of that. So it's an eclectic mix, but yeah, that's what we do.
And so it's stgcast.org
Mhm.
and Saving the
That's
Game on
right.
Twitter.
And Saving the Game on Facebook as well. And fun fact, we're now on Spotify as well.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
just
not
like
an easy
in the
process.
last week.
There's a whole thing to get to do that.
It's not that hard, but it's finally surpassed YouTube as the most popular podcasting
Really?
platform
Which
out there.
makes so much more
That's
sense.
I
Like,
don't super
There-
get the YouTube thing for that. You're not
yeah,
wrong.
me neither. Because
Because it's
never
free.
seemed logical. Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
Free and unlimited upload space and quality audio streaming.
Oh, yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
We got to get us a YouTube's.
We have one.
Yeah, I need to
Don't
get on
use
that
it.
as well, frankly.
Huh.
Yeah.
You can find us at cityonthehillgaming.com, patreon.com/cityonthehillgaming. Shout out to our patrons, Joanne, Ashley, and folks at the Nerd of Godcast. Or you can find us on Twitter at City on a Hill Game, or wherever you get your podcasts. Unless you can't, in which case tell me, and I'll try and fix that, because I don't think there's probably something I missed, like Spotify. But yeah, we will be back soon. We got some more specials coming, even some non-D&D stuff. And yeah, and more of the regular game, because we back rolling dice again.
Yeah. More of this.
There will be more of this, and puns, and vague Ed Sheeran references for no reason.
Definitely puns. Can't guarantee the Ed Sheeran.
If anything, there'll be less of them, probably. But there will still be more vague Nickelodeon references for no reason, so just settle in for that one.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, that's going to happen.
I mean, especially now that Grant has finished watching Avatar, there will probably be some more of that.
I don't think I ever finished it, but I watched a good amount of it. Good show. So
What?
It's so good.
So thank you for listening, and have a blessed day. Thanks for listening to City on the Hill Gaming. For more information, you can find us online at cityonthehillgaming.com, email us at cityonthehillgaming@gmail.com, or find us on Twitter at cityonthehillgame. For more information on saving the game, you can find Peter, Grant, and Jenny at stgcast.org or at Saving the Game on Twitter. Thanks, and have a blessed day. Thanks as always to our fine Patreon backers, Joanne, Ashley, and the fine folks over at the Nerd of Godcast. We can be found over at patreon.com/cityonthehillgaming.